What's up, guys? This is Chris from the Morrow Pack, and welcome to episode 2 of the Kerbal Space Program Mission to Duna. In today's episode, we're going to be sending the command module and the landing module, which are all connected as one ship, to the refueling post out in Kerbal orbit, and we're going to get them all refueled and ready to go. To launch this thing out of the atmosphere and into orbit, I had to design a rocket that would be able to lift such a heavy thing through the atmosphere. And I ended up using the same base rocket, all the orange tanks on the bottom. I was able to use that same design for the fuel tank that I sent up in the last episode, and I think I'm going to send up one more in the next episode because I ended up not having enough fuel. Now, while I'm making this burn here, you'll see me do a lot of fuel transferring, and basically what I'm doing is I'm just taking fuel from other parts of the ship and I'm putting it into that back tank that has the rocket on it that's propelling us, because I don't want to use certain parts of fuel from the other parts of the ship. It's kind of complicated, but that's basically what I was doing. I'm just trying to conserve as much fuel as I can for this trip, so that way I need it at like the smallest amount of refueling possible before we can leave. Because the goal was to get out of here as fast as I could. I didn't really want to have to send up a million refueling stations. I wanted to be as efficient as possible. Once I finish this burn, what I do is transfer the remaining fuel from that back tank into all the ones on the front of the ship, so that way I can disconnect that rocket, because now that I'm in orbit I don't really want to use that much thrust, because it'll burn up way too much fuel and I won't be able to make it to the refueling station. So I go ahead and detach it, we go ahead and get rid of it, and then I set up the autopilot to take us to the refueling station so that way we can meet up and get going. Now, I like to use an autopilot for this because, like I said in the last episode, I'm not very good at rendezvous. I can do pretty much everything else just fine, but that is probably my weakest point in Kerbal Space Program, and because they have MechJeb, it's I mean, why not use it, honestly? If I'm going to be spending this much time and effort into this game, I might as well be able to relax a little bit. The first thing that the autopilot has us do is burn straight down like that, so that way we can level out our orbit, so that way it matches up with the other one, because if I'm inclined, I'll never be able to meet them on the same level. I'll always be above or below the thing that I'm trying to connect with. I guess now it had to correct it a little bit there, but now we should be good. And we're heading to the next burn, which basically it either speeds us up or slows us down compared with what we're trying to meet up with. So that way I can catch up to it or it can catch up to me, and then you just slow down and you dock with it. And that's what our end goal here is going to be. So now we're just making some final adjustments before we meet up with the refueling station and the ferry. We have a couple more burns to do, and with the help of Time Warp we can get through these a lot faster, because no one would want to sit here for 2 hours and wait for this, but with this we can. And that's what the inside of the cockpit looks like. Hello, Moon. We're on the dark side now, I guess. And we still have an hour. Hello, Earth. Or Kerbin, actually. I always mix that up when I'm playing this game. I'll call it Earth, and I mean to call it Kerbin, or Mars, or the Moon, or... Apparently, they spell it Mun. Okay, here we go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, burn. And after this, I think there's one more burn, and then we are finally there. It's been forever. I mean, keep in mind this is all sped up footage, and you are not watching this in real time at all, and think about how long this is taking. I had to sit here through this entire thing, even though I wasn't actually doing this, which would have actually maybe made it a little bit less of a tedious wait. But there we go. Hello, orbiting fuel tank. It just floats on by. We're gonna slow down now, so that way we are not accelerating or decelerating at all towards it. And actually, no, we're going to go towards it a little bit now, I think. Yeah, and then now we slow down or speed up or do whatever we're doing. And then once we get next to it, we will rendezvous. Right now we're spinning around in the dark. And all the Kerbals are freaking out. They're just like, what's going on? What? I love how they have their little facial expressions at the bottom right. Sometimes they'll just smile no matter what's going on, and other times they'll freak out no matter what's going on. Like, they're not going to fall down, or they're not going to die or anything. I mean, they're actually being, like, helped. They're being saved right now. They're meeting up with more fuel. Because otherwise, they would be stuck in space. And there we go. We are now here with the orbiting fuel tank. All that's left is to dock. So for this, we need to push ourselves over with the RCS, decluttering the map there, set that as a target, and now we can go ahead and look at the little navigation ball at the bottom middle of the screen. That's usually what I use to do this, and I try and line up all the icons and get them in the right place, and we can go ahead and set up the rendezvous. Right now I think I'm going a little crazy. We're going up too much. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, it's actually tilted. We're gonna be just fine. See, I'm smart. 40 meters, 39, 38, 37, 36. We're closing in. We're almost there. So you can see on the navigation ball, I'm trying to line up the yellow indicator that shows like my velocity, like where I'm headed, and the pink one, which is the target. But because my center of mass is off balance on this thing, when I use the RCS, it'll turn me, and I didn't really mean for that to happen, but I've never really spent a lot of time paying attention to that kind of stuff, so this is what I get for it. But we're almost there. Just a little bit more. Little bit more. Little bit more. Come on. Wow, yeah, I took my time with this for sure. We'll be there soon. Come on. I'm so glad I put the lights on this thing, though. Otherwise, this would have been impossible to do. Okay, I mean, without the lights, it would have... Like, there would have been absolutely no way this could have been possible. Because for whatever reason, with my luck, I ended up doing, like, all these rendezvous in the dark, pretty much. Oh, there we go. Got it. Did we get it? No, we didn't. Come on. Come on. It's, like, almost there. Why won't it just connect? There we go. Haha! We've done it. Everything is combined, and now we're just going to go ahead and refuel. Thank you guys for watching. This is episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like and a comment down below. This is Chris from the Moral Pack, signing off.